Well, thank you, Sean. I appreciate the introduction. Let me first begin by saying thank you to everyone joining. It's very exciting to see the turnout, and I'm really honored, myself and on behalf of my GSK colleagues, to have the opportunity to speak with everyone today. So both Rizwan and Sean sort of gave you a high-level overview of where Rockville BioPharm sits in the global healthcare organization of GSK. It's a huge company, as they mentioned, and introduced a lot of the assets or products that we are making out of the site. I understand and recognize that we have a pretty wide spectrum audience that's joining us today. So I'll apologize in advance if some folks that are on already kind of know what production is. But for those of you that aren't familiar with the industrial side of science and medicine and medicine discovery, production can be different things at different companies. It can mean different things wherever you are in the drug manufacturing process. So at Rockville, we are late phase 3, large scale production, or commercial scale production. Most of our products are already licensed. They're being prescribed, administered to patients. So we're at the far right of that drug manufacturing or drug production pipeline. So what is production? In my definition, the best way I can describe it for those that may not be as familiar, especially the large commercial scale side of things, is it's a combination of multiple disciplines, right? We are grounded in the fundamentals of cell biology, and protein chemistry and protein purification methodologies, right? That is our base. That's the foundation in which we produce the medicine. But we are in a large scale manufacturing facility, so there is a large mechanical and utility component to the job. I think Sean mentioned the scales. We range from, production scale of 1,600 liters all the way up to 20,000 liters of mammalian cell culture. So these are huge stainless steel vessels that are multiple stories tall. So, there's utilities, air systems, gas systems, steam systems, chemical distribution systems that, have pipes and connections and hoses and things like that run to these different types of process equipment. So in addition to the fundamental science, there's this mechanical and utility piece. Being a licensed organization, a licensed facility for products that are being administered, they're being injected into patients, the medicines that we're making here. There's a huge regulatory and compliance component. I think both Rizwan and Sean mentioned the quality aspect, bringing the patient the safest product every time, and that's the case. I mean, we have our own policies and procedures, both internal to GSK, but also to the regulatory bodies such as FDA, the EMA, and other bodies, regulatory bodies across the globe. So this quality and regulatory component is another discipline that is part of the machine that is production of biologics. And lastly, I think continuous improvement and sort of business drivers, business objectives, is that discipline that it's important to highlight as well. I think Rizwan, you mentioned always looking to improve, whether it is in not just process or product, but safety, right? Keeping each other safe, keeping the facility safe, keeping the patient safe, obviously. The quality aspect, looking to always continuously improve from a right first time. So we would minimize defects, we minimize waste. That helps us drive the price of those drug products down so that we can get it out to more people at an affordable cost. So there's a major continuous improvement and business aspect to this role, or these roles at Rockville BioPharm, that are really aligned from corporate down to the site, down to your functional area, and to you as an individual. So what is production? It's kind of a simple and a difficult answer. At the same time, it's a combination of all those: the science, the mechanical utility, the regulatory quality compliance piece, and just business and continuous improvement. If you put all that into a melting pot, that's what production is to me. Okay, so that being said, one of the questions I get, or we all get a lot, is, what are you looking for in a candidate? What's the ideal GSK employee? And as simple as that sounds, that can also be a complex answer, because there is no perfect answer. So what I will say is, everyone is different. Everyone brings different strengths, qualities, perspectives, and that is the crux of what we are, what the GSK culture is. It's that diversity. It's the different opinions. It's bouncing ideas off each other. It's getting and sharing perspectives, and trusting in each other. So we're not looking for any one mold, right? We want it all. Not to be too broad. But I will leave you with this. What are we looking for? We're looking for employees that understand, either through their own research, or through talking to us in events like this, what our mission is at GSK, and specifically Rockville BioPharm. What are our core values, and are your values aligned with what we are trying to do as a company for the patients? Right? And if you can answer yes to that, then it's a pretty good chance you're the ideal person for GSK. Clearly, you want to make a difference. We want you to want to make a difference. We have a responsibility to the patients, and that's really what we hang our hat on every day. Work can be tough. It can be rewarding. It can be, fun. It can be challenging. It can be stressful. It can be all these things at any given point. But the one thing we want to try to do is to come in every day and remind ourselves, what are we doing this for? It's for the patients. It's the patients that are trusting us, trusting you to make the right decisions, to do the right thing, and to remember that we're in it for a bigger purpose, and to help people have a better quality of life. So we want people to demonstrate courage, being able to speak up, being able to challenge the status quo, or make suggestions, not be afraid to share a thought or an opinion. We want you to have motivation and drive to want to develop yourself and your colleagues. Certainly we want accountability, right? We want you to feel that sense of responsibility to the patient, and hold yourself accountable and your teammates accountable. And that's how we drive that continuous improvement. And lastly, as Rizwan and Sean said, we are a family. We work very closely together, doing very challenging and complex operations. We have to communicate. We have to respect each other. We have to work together, and share ideas and perspectives. So working as a team, teamwork. So some of those may be a little cliche or common, but certainly all are very, very meaningful. So that being said, I realize I failed to sort of introduce myself. Just to let you know, I've been with GSK since 2009, so about 12 years, all within the production umbrella, wearing a couple different hats. But I started in biopharm manufacturing in 2000, so I have 21 years of doing this, starting in research and development up through commercial manufacturing. I love everything about the people I work with, the people on the panel, and those that couldn't join, the company, what they provide to the patients and to us as individuals, trying to grow our careers, professions, and just ourselves. Okay.